catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.
All right. Hey, 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 hey. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It's story time, everybody. Get ready, get ready. Get you something to drink and get ready because we got a treat for you. You are here with story time. I got to bring in my co-host right now and let's get this thing started. Lanai, are you with me? You're on mute.
Ha! I do that at least like once every other show, and I'm noticing now. So, hey,
how you doing? How you doing? How's it going?
I'm doing wonderful. Are you ready for this amazing show? Oh my gosh!
Yes. I want to thank you. This is show number 3. I think this is show number 3, right? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea was to help people to understand what the unspoken word is about. All right. And so we're going to make sure, there we go. We got you. We're going to make sure that we let the people know. Miss Lady J wanted to keep talking about story time, but that's okay. I done told the people you can stop. All right. So any thoughts about what's happening so far? How it's going? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking this is beautiful. I'm thinking this is a wonderful experience. Each show has been so progressively productive. It has been fun. It has been good laughs. It has even been good tears. It has been erotic even. So I love how it's going into different lanes, and we have different crowds that come in. I love the people that want to be involved, the poets that enjoy themselves, and the feedback we get from it. I just want everybody to know as much possible. If you enjoy this, if you love this, share as much as possible. Leave comments. Let the poets know that you hear them. Let the poets know that you see them, and go follow everybody that you see on here, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot for some poets to even, get out their comfort zone to express. So we want to make sure that we let them know that they're safe, that they are seen, they are enjoyed, they are loved. So as much as we want love, let's give love. Let's give love. So,
all right, got a couple of people here. I see Heather Diva is here. We got Tamara Mason here from Dallas, Texas. All right. Heather was waiting patiently too. She let us know. We got Queen Marat Rogers in the building, sending peace, love, and power. Let us know. We got Noli D in the building. Noli D is here. So the people are coming through. They're coming through. All right. So let's start to see how you want to start this thing off. Let's tell the people who have never been here before what to expect and how we're going to work this out tonight.
So what we're going to do is get to know a group of poets that has been sorted together. We're going to get to know their story. We're going to get to know their poetry. We're going to get to know them. And we're also going to have some fun in the mix as well, too. There's going to be a cipher at the end where we get everybody. We learn when we're uncomfortable. So we're going to get people uncomfortable and do a cipher towards the end. But the main goal is to spread the story, the untold stories about being a poet and what we go through. To be a poet. There's a lot of emotions that we have to be raw with. There's a lot of things. So we want to explore that, get to know our poets, and expand the poetry community all together.
Yeah. So, Lanai, you're going to introduce everybody at once and then take them down. How would you like me to do this? Because I'm following your instructions.
So what we'll do is we'll bring everybody up at once, get to see a couple vibes, and then we're going to get this rolling. And we're just going to enjoy the night. So everybody make sure if you're here, share, and let's enjoy the ride. So
I see them here sitting and ready. Everybody, cameras on, just start. I just need you to show me you ready. And I know you're ready to come on up too, but I see everybody. I see the faces.
Yes.
Any order or just bring them up? Bring them up.
Just bring them up. Bring them up.
Coming to the stage. We got, I heard she's the new kid on the block, so we're gonna kick it off with the new kid on the block.
Yes.
The spotlight front and center. We got Miss Rosie in the building. Hi.
Hello,
How you doing?
ladies.
How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing so well. How are you?
Okay, and next to every woman, we got to have some men in the building. So let's bring one up. We got Mr. Andy. Hey, Andy.
Hello. How are you? How's
All
everybody
right, I
tonight?
see another beautiful face in here. We're gonna say what we got. We got Angela.
Hey.
Angela. Okay, and once again, we always gotta have that, muscle power. There we go.
Oh,
There we go,
Rainer.
Mr. Rainer in the building. Can you see us, Rainer? Are you with us?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
Yep. Hi all.
certainly not least, last but certainly not least, we have Just Star.
Woo, woo, woo. Yes.
So tell us about this group of people. You have put together some amazing groups of people. And Heather said she shared. Thank you so much. And Tamara said this is the first time listening. So we thank you for all the first timers. We salute you. DMV is in the building. Tell us about this particular group and what we can expect.
So this particular group, I wanted to have the crowd explore. It shows so many different spectrums of the world, let alone different perspectives. So we have all types of just different voices, different tones, different vibes. And this group, I feel, is really seasoned, very, very seasoned. So I love the fact that this group came together. I love the fact that we have a newcomer. We have Miss Rosie over here because I met her in person, and a lot of people in the crowd like Rainier, Just Star, Angela, Andy. They have been in the poetry community and have been my inspiration. So I wanted to get all of it together with a good mix. So it's gonna be good, y'all.
Okay. So would you like each one to introduce themselves and say where they're from, or maybe how long they've been doing poetry?
Yes, indeed. We're gonna start with Rosie, and then Andy, Just Star, Rainier, then Angela. So introduce yourself, let them know your poetry name, and then let them know where you're from.
All right. Hi, guys. I am Rosie. I go by Rosie Rika. I'm originally from New Orleans, and I am such a baby with poetry. I literally started last year, but I didn't do my first open mic until last month. So this is so all new to me.
Well, welcome. We welcome you. So
Yay. Thank
excited.
you.
Oh, okay. So, my name is Andy Morales. I've been writing poetry since junior high school. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, Bushwick section, and I live in Bayonne, New Jersey now. I'm married. I have a son that's 4 years old. I'm married to my best friend of 15 years. Yeah, and just like what Rosie was saying, I'm a big baby when it comes to poetry.
Wow. Well, Rosie, we welcome you. We want you to know we're excited for you. We know you're a newcomer, but we're excited for what you are about to share tonight. So we definitely do welcome you for sure. All
Thank
right.
you.
Who we have next coming up here? Next.
Was it me? Sorry, I don't know.
Yep,
I can't.
Just Star, then Rainier,
I get
and
carried
then
away. I enjoy
Angela.
the show so much. I get carried away. Yo, big
We've
up.
lost Andy by the looks of it. We've
Yeah,
lost
I don't know
Andy.
where Andy went. Where'd he go? He'll
Oh,
probably
I'm
come
here.
back up. There he is.
I'm
He
back
couldn't
here.
keep away from us.
Sorry, I can't say it any other way. Sorry, guys. I've been on the show for 5 hours. Don't watch me, yo. I do what in it. Just done misdemeanor. I was just literally sitting here like getting ready as this camera came on. So hi.
And where
I
are you
do night
from?
as well. Oh yeah, the UK. Can't tell by my accent. Innit?
Nice.
Obviously.
Next up.
Rainier, you're up, and then Angela.
Hi, my name's Rainier, and my Instagram handle is Rainier700. I'm a poet from Australia. I've been writing poetry for close to 35 years, but I only started socializing my work 4 years ago on public platforms. Until then, it was just I wrote for self-reflection. That's me.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Mr. Andy.
Yes. Wait, I thought I went already. Didn't I go already?
Did that
Yep,
everybody?
Andy went, so it's going to be Angela next. Angela, you were up next, Queen.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit of a risk taker, everybody, and it just started raining. I thought it was in the clear, but everybody, I'm Angela Murray at Let the Thoughts Out. I'm also part of the Unraveled Influence team, and I come from Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm getting still set up here. But Rosie, I'm kind of new to this too. Um, I'm in my 40s, but this is kind of like a thing where I'm just starting my year off poetry strong on New Year's. I really said no more shitty years and I was focused on this. And I've been to 3 open mics so far. So, Rosie, come on, let's get it.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Sandra. Stay safe. Make sure you're somewhere where it's safe. If you can, give us a little bit more light. If you can give us a little bit more light, then good. I'll give you time to do that. Okay. All right. All right. Yay. So, Lanai, I'm going to pass the mic to you so that you can introduce yourself and tell me how long you've been doing poetry as well and what you have going on.
Alrighty, so my name is Lanai Monroe. I have been doing poetry since I was 10 years old. I fell off of it for a little bit and then came back to it and found the poetry community about 2 years ago. And ever since then, I have been just engulfed in poetry. I've been in love with poetry even more like than I ever have been due to this community and the people I've met throughout of it. But yes, I do. My show should be coming back soon within a couple weeks. I'm still kind of on vacation and enjoying it. The Poetic Shenanigans will be back online soon. But other than that, I'm just your normal, regular, degular host trying to get these parties and started in poetry and just stories out there like this. So yeah, thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. And that's
All
me.
right. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna drop the people down so that we can definitely see who and you're gonna tell us how you want us to do this and who's gonna start this off. And I'm gonna let you do the intro for them, and then we'll go like that.
Alrighty, so I want to start this off with somebody that I feel like is one of my favorite storytellers. He is so genuine. He is so just special to me in his story and his passion of basically speaking his experience. And that is none other than Mr. Rainy Air.
All right.
Come on up, King.
We're gonna bring Mr. Rainey back up. And Mr. Rainey, thank you and welcome once again. We are so excited that you are giving us the cultural diversity, and we are broad. We are going abroad with this poetry, you know. And Lanai, I know she said, give us 2 of your most powerful pieces that talks about you. And so tell us why you selected the pieces that you're going to do tonight.
So the journey into my first off, thank you for that amazing introduction, Lanai and Crystal. The journey into my poetry started off an encounter that happened to me in my late 20s, which possibly turned my life around quite profoundly, where I started looking within. And the first piece I'll read is called Two Fires from One. It talks about the journey of connected souls. Some call it soulmates, call it twin flames, whatever you label you want to give it. It's where the one energy is split into 2 or 4 or 8. In my case, it was 2. And I was fortunate enough to meet this person that turned my life around.
Wow.
After that encounter, I took off on a journey riding on a motorbike around this vast continent for 10 years. I rode around living with the wind. And the second piece is called The Ronin, the Masterless Warrior. And it was about that journey, what I was searching for, and so forth.
Okay, well, Lanai, anything before we give him the floor?
Rainier, and I'm going to ask everybody this question because I do want the crowd to get to know y'all. Rainier, and I asked you this question in your wonderful, amazing interview last night. What do you want the crowd to learn about themselves through your poetry?
My poetry details my narrative of my experience. That is my recipe for the life that these 2 eyes see. What I would like for the reader my only expectation from the reader is to use my words it's not a recipe for each and everybody, but my hope is that my words inspire and instigate your own thoughts as you walk through your path in life, your unique journey. Remember, it is your unique journey. Only you see life through your eyes. Nobody else can. But if my words can provoke your thoughts, that is my expectation for my work. And that's when I published 2 books, and now I'm working on my 3rd book. That is my only expectation. Nobody has a recipe for us because our path is unique.
Wow.
See, did not tell y'all. Did not tell y'all. He was awesome. Did not
Wow.
tell
We're going
y'all.
to give you the floor. We're going to give you the floor. Now, I do see that someone does have a question. So before we go on, I will put this question up here. They asked a question about how you spell or pronounce your name. What is the correct
Uh,
pronunciation of your name?
Rainier, Rainier, as in rain with an ear. Prince Rainier of Monaco, same way. He's now
Okay.
dead.
All
I'm
right,
alive.
ladies and gentlemen. We're introducing Rainier, and we about to get out of here and let you guys do what.
So, Lanai, do I go straight onto both pieces? Is that the order?
We're gonna so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a cycle. So you'll do one, everybody's gonna do one poem, and then we're gonna circle back around and do another poem after
Beautiful.
that one.
Beautiful. I'll do the first piece, 2 fires from one. 2 fires from one. At this point in time, I pause to reflect of the years gone by from the beginning of time. 2 young spirit forms, born from the one, complete on their own, still a part of the whole. We have walked this earth through the passage of time, the inseparable bond we share, a bond through eternity. The silver cord that links us can never be broken. I am you as you are me, for we are one, each one a reflection, a truth unto each other. Just as the yin and yang give reality unto each other, together they join to create the whole. In times gone by, you were my companion and I yours. We shared with each other all that life had to offer. We built our mansions. We walked with the poor. We lived on strange lands, walked endless miles through the burning sands, learning together the experience of our emotions. When I lived by the sword, by me you stood, holding the rose. Each scar caused by life you healed by holding out your hand. When I wrote the words, you sang the songs. We followed each other as night follows day. What each one learnt, we learnt for each other. In companionship, dear lady, we sure did walk hand in hand. You were my karmic teacher, as I was yours. Those were the days we were uneasily drawn to each other. For the fear was deep within us, the hard lessons to be learnt. Lessons of retribution we had to learn, know the other side of the coin. We were each the villain as we were the victim. Through hate, we learned to love, a love unconditional. As dishonesty taught us honesty, sorrow showed us joy. We learned the virtues of patience. We found that time is only short. Through the years of loneliness, we found the gift of sharing. Each stone one threw, the other would throw back to show its folly. Ah, yes, we did learn much, still so much to go. As twin flames, we have no barriers, no rules of love, for we are one in spirit, one in our spiritual origin. Our very souls sharing a complementary calling in life. Our minds, hearts, and consciousness flow together from the same fount. Our inner ties run as deep as the oceans, way beyond companionship. You are not only a mirror of mind, but of my very spirit and soul. We share so much, our secret longings and many aspirations. We link not only with each other, but with a universal intelligence. For we are one in the creative mind, the source of us all. A single atom, a minute part of the whole, split into two, the male and female, opposites in balance, two blazing fires born from the one. That's it.
The imagery that you create in your poems,
I
the
wrote that back
stories
in
and the
1990.
connection.
I wrote that back in 1991, and it still tears me when I recite it.
Oh my gosh. And this is why you're one of my favorite storytellers, because you captivate, and you can tell that you pour yourself into your poetry. And I thank you for being so vulnerable. I thank you for sharing and showing so much transparency. I'm giving you such a hug right now. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Rainier.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Y'all make sure, like we said, y'all are following. That piece was beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna give you some time to drink some water and get yourself together. Crystal, you ready to bring up the next one? Let me know. Y'all please make sure y'all are following. Oh, I'm
Now
telling
let me
y'all
ask
not
you this.
ready
You
for the
also
second one.
yes. Now you have a publication called Life: The Journey of the Soul. Can you tell us about that? Because I could tell by the way you just did that you take people on the journey. Talk about that and how can people get that book and what's that all about?
So this was my first book, which this poem is in. It's available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, but also on my Instagram handle. There's a link tree link to which also gives access to my website and the Barnes and Noble Amazon links as well. I recommend people go to the Amazon in your own region to save on postage, because when I buy some books that are only available in Amazon US, it costs me more than the book, the postage, to get it down to Australia. Similarly, if you were to buy my book from Amazon AU, it'll cost you more in postage. So buy it from Amazon US or UK or whichever part of the world you're in. India, it's actually the postage is much cheaper. And similarly with my second book, which was Growth, Enlightenment of the Soul, that was out January this year. It's also available on the same channels. The way I constructed the books were the journeys, which was part of my experience, then inspired poems, which is either triggered by a past life connection or influenced by real life experiences, but not necessarily narrated exactly. And then the third section is verses, which are short, 9-10 line verses that one can hopefully hold in the mind more readily to reference when things happen in your life. And both books are of the same struct. And my third book on its way, although I need to make more time for it, it will be titled Love, the Soul Finds Peace.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate you. We'll bring you back up. We can't wait to get your next piece. So thank you so much for sharing a part of you. All right. All right, Lanai, what you got for us next, girl? Who you got for us? Where we going next?
All right. Oh my goodness. All right. So we kicking it off. Let's first say hey to everybody that's rolling in here. We got Miss Rosie. We got Tajon Wilshire. We have Lonnie. We have Miss Barbara, Tierra, Barbara Pinnock, Heather Diva, Jay to the Bebe, D Librarian. We got so many people in here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Like y'all don't know. It's about to be so good in here. Okay. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody. So next up, we are going to bring Angela Marie. Y'all heard that voice right there? Y'all heard that?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Thank
Angela,
you for
how you
that.
doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Well, as you can see, Angela Moore always starts off. That's my punishment for what I just did to my own children, because I'm not supposed to be out in the backyard like this when their friends come to pick them up to go see the Barbie movie. But again, I took a risk to be outside and I had to pivot, and then they were waiting to do that to me. Don't you love that? Anyways, because I'm kind of a hot mess, and that's kind of how Angela Murray is in terms of my writing as well. That's kind of my writing style, kind of that subconscious verbal vomit that ends up falling into some sort of abstract modern art piece. And that's kind of me in a nutshell. Ridiculousness, but some sort of level of complexity, hopefully.
That is beautiful. I love how you described that. That was beautiful. That was like the best bio I've heard right there. Like, yes,
Oh
that
my
was
gosh, thank
beautiful.
you.
I love Angela's her personality, her excitement, her passion behind what she does, and also let them know about your show that you have also with our other feature that's on here too, Andy.
Of course,
Don't worry,
of course.
trust me. She sent it in. Oh, we got all that. She made
oh
sure.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. Angela and Andy and Raina, they truly took advantage of the opportunity for the advertisement and exposure. So trust me, as she is doing her poem, I will have it all coming across the screen. So get your cameras, take your screenshots, jot it down, do whatever you have to do, because they are making sure that you know how to find them on all platforms. And
Awesome.
so, how did you two meet?
So go ahead, because I want to hear what you guys say. Go ahead.
Well, Andy usually tells the story, but I love to tell it from my perspective. But on January 1st, I put out a post. I said, no more shitty years, because I'm a teacher by trade. I had some rough go with my relationship. I got teenage daughters, as you can see. One got away and one had to punish me for it. So I just said, this is it. This is my year. 23, all about me. 24, out the door. And this is my time to focus on my art. I just turned 40 last year. Next month, August, I'm going to be turning 41. And in just this 8 months, about time, not even 8 months, I feel like I've done so much already. And it's been a horrible year. Actually, it was the worst year that I've ever had in all aspects of my life, except for Andy. I'm so thankful for him, because he kept me alive, because I was able, every week I had to check in because I had to do the show. And I loved knowing that I could do something every week that I loved, connecting with other writers, artists, creators, poets, leaders, teachers, influencing people to have dialogues with each other. It's just, that's what kept me going. And even when we had some rough patches through that show, he never let me down, and he always kept me going. So Andy, thank you. We're going to hear from you. And he was drawn to, he'll tell the rest of the story, but I'm so thankful for the show, Unraveled Influence. I got to interview Lanai a couple of times. It was awesome. And I needed to hear her. Like, she came through on the show when I needed her most in May. And I was having a rough go at that point. And she was there for me. She was there, even though she didn't even know it. But her words were perfect when we talked about her book and all of it. So I'm in the middle of the process still, but this poetry thing keeps getting better and better and better. So thank you, everybody, for joining us and all that. And thank you for inviting us. I'm so excited. This is amazing.
Yes, well, I'm so excited. Thank you all for coming. I want you to make sure, if you don't do nothing else, you like, you share, and you comment and subscribe. And because it's story time is where you get to tell your story. We're not really getting deep into your story, because I know some of the poetry, I'm not a poet, but when I listen to you guys, you share so much of your experiences, and it really does help people. And that's what we want people to understand, the culture itself and why y'all do what you do. So thank y'all for everything y'all do. Share this out with your people, and we're going to get ready. And any more questions for Angela before we give her the stage?
I'm going to ask her the same question. What do you want the readers in the crowd to learn about themselves from your poetry?
Well, I'm going to be doing 2 pieces in just a moment. And like I said earlier, I'd like them to take exactly kind of how I do my artwork. I don't necessarily know what it's going to be, but when I'm an abstract artist, faces come through. And so you see what you see because I'm into psychology, biology, and then artistry. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. So I hope you are able to find whatever you want to pull from that poem, whether it's a personalized experience or something I feel could be connected to other people. I want them to get whatever they need, but also go, dang, I really like how that was written or how that sounded or how that looked or how that drew me in, because it's a craft at the same time. I'm challenging myself to get into the craft of this. This is a professional game for me. It's not a hobby. And that's why I'm here with other professionals. And that's what I'm looking to do is connect with other professionals. And that's what we're doing tonight. So thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So you're going to get into your first piece, and then what we're doing is basically a round. So everybody's going to do one piece, and we're going to come back around, do the second piece, and then a cipher. You got the floor. Let them know what you got, Queen. I'm so excited.
All right. We gonna give it right to you. There we go. Introducing Angela Murray. Yes.
All right, Angela Murray, I let the thoughts out. And this piece I picked, which actually is just serendipitous because it's called Don't Be Gone for Too Long. And if we're here at the very beginning, you saw I had to close up shop for a moment. So again, this is Don't Be Gone for Long. I need to go away for a while, pull everything, the mess that I've made deeper inside, tighten the strings, and pick up all the askew thrown chords that choke. Which is better than leaving an extended silence that when it plays in my head, in order to drown it out, and starts to say, then starts to scream, I could have been your safe place, as I've already grown to know. When I see the look, that look, which disappeared from your eyes, but so what? Even now, in this very moment, you're mine. Even as I nitpick each and every single insignificant circumstance, counting down the torturous ticking down the time into this very absurd instance as I question my very lack of inquisitive understanding, asking this hearing first as a whisper, then at conversational volume, which says, then starts to scream, blowing out my eardrums. I've been tripping lately, maybe more than I should. But each and every time I tumble, it only ever leaves marks that eventually erase. Black and blue bruises don't tell that nothing lasts forever. Nothing ever, ever lasts. And behind this smile, it's broken, but it's felt, and now can't breathe anymore, or let alone believe what has happened. The damage is done. And while the best I have to hope for is to see you in my dreams, what if I miss you? Please don't stay gone for long.
Oh my gosh. That is so deep how you break down emotions and you break it down to where I can feel myself empathizing as well as being in that situation. I resonate with everything on that. Do not be gone for too long. The things that happen in that time of distance. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll just say it like this. I think in my day life, I'm not as emotionally charged in the day to day, but I'm able to take that emotional metaphor, which I really feel inside, but don't feel it in the real world. I'm able to vomit that out into my art, whether it's this or whatever. But thank you that you're feeling that you can feel the emotions clearly. That's important if I can transcend some sort of mood or tone, and I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Wow, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for that. Oh my gosh. Everything was set perfectly, like the background and everything. Like I was pulled in.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
I agree.
one.
It was like the perfect timing and the perfect setting. And I know I could hear a little bit in the voice, the sound, but I know you had a storm coming through. We all know how it is when the rain comes through. So she's working with the system. So I appreciate you for pressing your way. You have some great lighting and everything like that. So we can certainly hear the passion in your voice and the meaning behind your poetry. So we thank you for being that voice for some people who may not know how to put it into words.
Thank you. Can I say this real quick? Because Annie always laughs when I say this. I got the production team involved as we got the set put back together. I live in this fantasy world that we're doing it. We're here. We fake it till we make it. and we're living the dream. So that's where we're at. So thank you for
Well,
bringing me
tell
up.
us, because I know some people might not have caught it because it's a lot of words on the screen. Tell us about you co-hosting a couple of different things and what you have going on. Tell the people what that is.
So I co-host weekly with Andy Morales called Unravel Influence, and from 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we interview a lot of different important writers, creators, artists, and we try to get their information out. We get their publications out because we're all about bringing other people's artwork to light because we only know what we know. So Andy and I, we like to use the terminology building the bridge, connecting these different various pockets of art communities. Because in my opinion, if comedians can go through and musicians can go through, where's our poet group? Like, where's our poet traveling poet? So while we are virtual, I'm actually trying to do the physical open mic. So like, we're building bridges. So we're building bridges online with interviews. We're building bridges through connecting with meeting the people we interview and then doing open mics through them. We want to get everybody's work out there. People want to be out again. People want to enjoy being human again. And I think poetry, comedy, and music is all, if we can combine it, figure out how to structure it, I think we'll be unstoppable. Andy.
Yeah, no, I'm trying not to tear up and get emotional right now because between you and Rainer and your poetry and the kind words you said to me, I'm just trying to hold it together right now.
Oh yeah, and we gotta talk about Origin of Thought too. What happened at 10 p.m.?
So real quick, so we used to do an open mic called Jandom Sessions Live, which is I'll talk about that name some other time. And then Origin of Thought started doing the open mics at the same time. So between me, Rainier, and Valerie, Lorraine, and Angela, we decided, hey, why instead of having two different open mics, why not just merge it together into one, and then we can have one big giant party, and it's brought in,
hang out. It's a party. That's the point.
Yeah, and the audience has gotten insane, and the conversations we've always had, even though we read poetry, you know, or people will come do the open mic, we don't just talk about poetry. Like sometimes when we read our poems somehow or provoke a conversation, and we've had conversations on these open mics that has gotten like, oh my god, like that one, I think it was Lone Wolf, I think it was, Rainier, correct me if I'm wrong, where we was talking about our fathers and how we was talking about how us men can't be emotional because we was conditioned to just be we're macho and all this other stuff. And the fact that this was the same day I had said that oh yeah, you know, my mom gave me all of my father's poetry. Now I get to know who my father really was, because my father was very private. He came from a time where we discussing topics wasn't even in existence. I grew up at a time where they were starting to bring awareness, but we weren't allowed to talk about it. So it was like different generations of my life that I look back like, wait, now I get to see those things where I wasn't able to talk about my father. Because one prayer I've always had was, you know, I was always praying to God. I said, Lord, I want to know who my father was, because in order for me to know who I am, I need to know who my father was too. So that conversation was just very, very deep and, you know, thought-provoking. Yeah, so ever since that bridge is built, I want us all to continue building bridges, because I've been in the poetry community for, I'm going to say, since 2017, 2018, and I have seen some things that I'm glad that we finally had, you know, it's already buried, I guess, kind of thing. And now we're at a time where now we're all about the poetry. We're all about just connection, because we live in a world right now that everything's divided. And if we can get more unity, more bridges, the better. That's the way I see that's the way I
yeah. And if you watch Unraveled Influence, you always watch Angela interrupting Andy, unfortunately, because what ends up happening is the poetry is so deep. What people write about, what people are really willing to share in this raw, vulnerable space, there are some really heavy conversations that happen afterward, which are needed. And I'm actually going to toss it to Rainier, because Rainier, it's your show, and you are such an incredible host, where you let Andy and I kind of flip-flop between the after party and the night shift. And you really allow these poets to really express themselves, but in a place where it's safe and we're open to anybody expressing themselves, but also because we're comfortable, because at the same time it's a mess. It's a mess here, so we can laugh and relieve ourselves. So let me
Like,
stop talking.
I think that's fairly valid points there, Andy. You're right. That conversation was with a piece that transpired by a piece that Lone Wolf read. And I think what's important in our lives and in our shows, well, to my way of thinking, while it's nice to allow people to come and showcase their work, I think it's nice to communicate or to briefly even discuss the deeper meaning and the deeper impact of the work people write, because that conversation with Lone Wolf, it was not only in him narrating his journey through where he was finding confidence for being mistreated by females in his youth. What we're doing is we're communicating to the younger generation that you don't have to hold this bitterness against women right from a young age. You can treat them like an equal. You can treat them like a fellow human being. And I think that's what I find in those discussions. While we're learning, we're influencing the ones that follow our footsteps,
Yeah,
our children, the
we're
next
letting the
generation.
thoughts out and we're unraveling the influence. Sorry, I kind of had to throw a pun in there.
Absolutely. And not just that, Raider, we're finding that a lot of us across the globe have had such similar experiences when it comes to things like love, pain, and living human experiences. There's a lot of poetry platforms. We're actually interviewing Arsenio and Sorel, who does, and I happened to be in his show, and there was I love this person, Queen Liberati, who was on our show as well. She shared a very deep personal piece that she's never shared before, and she was fully emotional, and it was such a beautiful moment where we all were able to breathe afterward, and we still came together and still had an amazing, fun, upbeat show, because that's the kind of atmosphere that we're developing. We are all of us are a part of this. Like, what you're doing is adding to it, and we're adding to it, and more we're going to flip the script, and people are going to come to us because we're having a good time, and we're doing some real stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off because I don't want to go too far off. I wanted to give y'all time together because you took the time to share the information, Lanai. I wanted to give them the spotlight for a minute together because I saw how they work together. And if you wanted to say anything to them about what they do together before we go on to the next poet, I just wanted to give them this moment together here on Story Time, because we said it is about their story. So they have a story together, if you agree, because I know you're muted. You can unmute and say what you'd like to say in regards to them and what they do as a unit together.
I think they're freaking amazing. I think all three of them, the fact that they came together to do, the bridge, connecting and making communities, come together. I think it's amazing. I think it's inspiring. I think it's awesome. It's noble. It's great. It's brave even, So I'm thankful to watch them create not only more platforms and chances for other people to really feel safe. I'm also very, very, I'm blessed to see it and be a part of, just a shimmer in their eye. So I appreciate it. I really am happy.
And thank y'all so much. And we're going to go back to our regular scheduled program. We're going to keep going. Angela, we appreciate you. We thank you so much. We appreciate you for coming in. We wanted to give you that opportunity because, like I said, you took time to email that to me. So I knew that it meant a lot to you because of how you took the time to write it out in detail. So that was important, so I wanted to acknowledge that.
Thank you so much. I warned Andy, I am a lot. So as you can tell, I put it all together for you because
that's all right. Okay, good.
I'll do it.
All right. And anything you'd like to say to her about her poem, Lanai?
Beautiful, beautiful. I love the best way I can describe it is I love the beautiful chaos. I love the beautiful chaos. I do.
And you get it, and you get me, and I can't say anything else. Get me off the screen because I'll keep talking to both of you. I mean it. So I love you guys, and I can't wait to be here on round 2.
All right. Love back to you, baby. Love back. So there's a question out there, Lanai. I'll let you answer that question that's in the box right there.
Do you poets who have published books find them to be financially fruitful? Very good question. Very. So it depends on your passion behind the books. Because if you're not pushing your books, if you do not believe in your books, your finances will not believe in you. So if you do not believe in how powerful your book is, if you do not believe in the fact that, my book can help a lot of people and you don't push and market as much as you can, it's not going to go far. Peace and blessings, V Sykes. But yes, that is a very good question. And it depends on what platform you use to publish too, because there's so many out there nowadays. It's not how it used to be. You go find somebody, publish it, and they do all the work. People have to do the work now. So
Wow.
it as bad as you want it is how as good it's gonna get.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's good. So once again, we want to acknowledge that group together. Who you got next for us?
Ooh, I want to bring out our new face to the place. This wonderful queen that I met in person that just took my breath away with her poetry and her vibe. Miss Rosie Rika.
Woo! Yay.
Yes. Oh my God. Yay.
Hi, Miss Rosie. How you doing? You're muted.
Oh my God,
Oh,
yeah. I was like, wait, I was trying to click and like these nails, everything was just like
Do me a
clicking
favor, move
wrong.
over just a little bit. Okay, how
I'm
you
so
doing?
sorry. There
Good
we
to
go.
see you.
Hello, hello. How are we?
oh, she's such a ball of light. Like how you see her now is how I met her. She's just so calm. Her poetry is beautiful.
How
Oh,
did y'all
that's
meet?
so
Beautiful.
sweet.
So I live in Frederick and I was actually going to an open mic that was the feature I was on. That was the feature. And they had the open mic session towards the end of it. And it was at Sky Stage. Plug Sky Stage in Frederick. Sky Stage. And then I was just sitting back and watching the open mic and watching different poets. And everybody was great. Everybody was great. There were certain poets that just took my breath away. And she was definitely one of them. Her humbleness, her personality, her words just took me. It took me away. And I was like, I need you on anything I'm about to do coming up soon. So yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. I love what Raina said. So we're going to get into what you are going to present. How are you enjoying doing poetry, young lady?
I actually enjoy it a lot. I'm leaning into it because it represents everything I'm afraid of. So I'm jumping into
Mm,
everything that scares
wow.
me.
Wow.
Yeah, like public speaking, expressing my
Wow.
feelings, sitting
See,
down and like deciphering like what's up, what's going on, what are we feeling today? That's very scary and uncomfortable for me because I wasn't brought up like I didn't learn how to emotionally regulate myself. Like I have to do it myself. So like it's a challenge, but it's a beautiful challenge.
that's deep.
Yes.
That's deep. And that's what I mean about what poetry does for the listeners. You see what I'm saying? The listeners, they get to hear it, they get to visualize it through your poetry. So keep doing that because that's what your poetry does. That's what we wanted people to understand about why they should embrace the culture of unspoken word, because it's the unspoken word that we cannot say, the listeners, that is brought out through you, the poets. You understand what I'm saying? So that's deep. Is
Yeah.
that deep, Lynette?
That is profound. I love that. That's what the biggest thing about life. We forget that we have to be uncomfortable to learn. You
Yeah.
can't learn anything in a comfortable space because it's safe. It's boundaries, it's boarded up. So the fact that you want to get uncomfortable and raw to find yourself is a beautiful, beautiful way to move through life. I'm very grateful. It takes a lot of people years to get to that point. So you're ahead of the game. You really are.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Wow.
welcome. And I'm going to ask you the same thing. What do you want the crowd or people to learn about themselves through your poetry? Besides the fact of, being uncomfortable, but what is a specific, what do you want them to learn?
That I want them to see my poetry as a form of like survival guide, and also to know that you're not alone. I've read poetry that has described experiences that I've never been able to fully say and like to read that someone's been through that like to a T was amazing. And I want to convey that. And I want to know that like you're not alone. And that my life experience, I want that to help someone else. So that's kind of what I want.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, I ain't got no other questions, Miss Crystal. Let's get into it. Let's get into your first
All
poem.
right. You have the floor, young lady. You have the
Ooh, thank you. I'm going to start off by saying that it's really small. It is my recent one. And it's called Days. So here's Days. Some days I have joy. Some days I have sadness. Some days I have laughter. Some days I have pain. But every day I miss you after our loved ones move on. And that's it. It's so short, but the emotions behind it were so big for me. I was like, I have to write this down. Like I have to get this out of myself and just like release it and to get through it. But
Can you
that's
repeat that? That
one.
was short, but it was definitely profound. Can you repeat that?
It's short.
think Renee would.
Sure.
She needs to say that again, doesn't she?
Yes,
Sure.
yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's called Days. Okay, so some days I have joy, some days I have sadness, some days I have laughter, some days I have pain, but every day I miss you after our loved ones move on. It's just so small. It's my smallest one.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But even though it's small, it has such big weight to it. It's massive because the fact is I still miss you. That could be applied to so many things, even relationships, current relationships, and also loved ones that pass away. But it's like I go through certain days to where I'm troubled, but I still miss you. I still think about you. I still reminisce on you. Like, oh.
And if I can add to what she just said, I wouldn't refer to it as small because sometimes a thought is important. You know what I mean? We get 650,000 thoughts a day. So you acknowledge the thoughts that you had and you are relaying some powerful information to individuals that might make them stop and listen to themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I would not say it's small and downplay it. I would say I have something very impactful for you to think about. Like make it thought provoking to your audience and say, I have a few words for you. I'm going to start off with just a few words because, big things come in small packages.
I love that. I love that perception, that energy. I should not downplay it. Cause I'm like, oh, it's just a little guy. No, but there were so many big emotions behind it. I was in the middle of crying as I wrote this. I was like, whew. I had to get that
and
out.
somebody said short but powerful. You see what I'm
Oh
saying?
yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Just starts it. Power is power. If it has a punch, let it land like that. Whew, that's gonna have me thinking about some things. Like I needed to hear that. I really did.
You see that you have somebody, they say, I miss my mom. So you said something. Sometimes we say things that trigger thoughts in others, and then you begin to give them power to acknowledge it. So thank you for that. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. Keep doing it.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So you're gonna bring her back for her second one because I know the second one is gonna really be something. So thank you. Y'all follow her. All right, and show her some love and let her know what she just did. If that was something that triggered you or gave you something to think about, just send her some love in the comment. All right. Thank you, dear. We'll bring you back.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, they're hitting all the soft spots tonight. Good God. Oh, all the soft spots. All right. So up next, we're going to bring up some male energy and funness. Let me get Andy Morales. The Andy Morales. Yes.
Hello. How are you? I'm just like, I'm lost for words because like the last 3 posts that showed up on here was just like, and again, I'm trying not to be too emotional here because one thing I did wanted to say from earlier was this: everybody has a story to tell, and I think that's very important. And I love what you guys are doing. So I'm on cloud nine right now. So yeah.
Yes. And you always have such like, I love how you tune into people. I love how you really listen and you break down what they're saying. And you're really like, look, it resonates with me. And even if it doesn't resonate with you specifically, you understand still their story and you listen and you tell them like, look, I hear you. So I love your communications or your communication skills as well. It's
Thank you.
it's
I
refreshing.
appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
All right. So you know, like I was saying earlier, in order for me to tell my story, I can't tell my story without talking about my father. Because even though my relationship with my dad wasn't that great until the last 5 years of his life, you know, the greatest thing my father ever gave to me was poetry, because he wrote poetry, but it was always private. And like I was saying earlier, I just got my father's poetry from my mom, because my mom said, you know, I think you could benefit from this. So I'm in this season of my life right now that I'm just trying to discover who I am truthfully and who my father is. And I can't talk about my life without talking about my father first. So this piece is pretty much a letter I wrote to him after he passed away.
Wow.
Whew, okay. So it's
Well,
Wait,
wait,
called,
before
do
you get
that,
started, before you
Lene
get
got
started.
something for
yeah.
Yeah, before you get started,
Okay.
because I'm ready. I felt that
you.
deep breath
Woo!
you just
Yeah.
gave.
Woo!
Yeah, I felt that. I was like,
Woo!
oh, okay, all right.
Wow, that was
Before we get started, what do you want the readers and crowd to learn about themselves from your poetry?
Honestly, if I could be 100% honest, I want whoever reads my poetry or interacts with me in any type of way that it's okay to be vulnerable. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. It's okay to be vulnerable, because I know we live in a civilization that we have to be conditioned to act a certain way because of our gender, and I don't think that's right. I think if you're a man, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable. Unfortunately, I've had this taste, I guess, in growing up, where because I'm a male, I wasn't allowed to behave a certain way. And one of the greatest thing I believe God gave me was my wife, who's able to understand, and I was able to understand her, and vice versa, just through the 15 years of friendship I've had with her before we got married. So even that, she allows me to be myself, and that's hard, for men to go through. It's hard for men to really, because we're prideful beings. Let's be real. We're very prideful, and we just got to have this macho thing. And I guess what I want people to say, I don't care what it is, what you've been through, but be raw, be vulnerable, and don't care what the audience thinks about you. If they don't like you, it's because they weren't meant for you. And that's really what I believe in. So that's what I want people to get. That's the impact I hope to leave behind, that no matter what happens, that at least you'll be your authentic self. That's very important.
wow,
Indeed,
wow,
indeed.
Yeah.
wow.
So
Mm-hmm.
And now, brace yourself, because he just told you what he's getting ready to deliver. So you got time to breathe and inhale and exhale and just prepare. Are we ready, Lanai?
We are so ready for this.
all
Oh,
right. Okay. So the title of this piece is called From Your Youngest Son. And it goes like this. Going through your Facebook page, looking at your old post, memories, laughter, and outings I will always remember. The reality of your absence, the thought of it, I'm in disbelief. It was God's plan. He got that bigger glory we were always talking about. Your last days weren't easy. The powerful move of God spoke to me like Jesus when he spoke in parables. The signs of relief, the suffering no longer in progress, the procedure, the surgery, the battle was won. I am jealous of you. You get to eat at the Lord's table. You get to dance with your mother. You get to play baseball and perform for our Lord. I will see you soon. My greatest inspiration, my champion, my hero, my father, forever will love, your youngest son. And that's that piece. Oh my God. Yeah.
my God, you get to eat at my father's table. Oh,
Oh,
indeed.
Mm.
yeah. I get kind of chills every time I read it. And you can find that piece also in this book. I was part of a compilation called Beautiful Poetry Volume 33 by Silent Spark Press. It is www.silentsparkpress.com, and you can find that piece I read in this book. So So I'll just show it to you guys quick.
Say that again. www. What?
SilentSparkPress.com.
Put it in the comments, and when you put it in the comments, I'll make sure I share that. But I'm still on the poem though. I'm still on the poem, like, man, because we all have lost somebody. You understand what I'm saying? I've lost both my parents and my brother, and like, wow, that right there, that was just a wow for me, like a wow, like, woo.
You
know what's
I
crazy?
appreciate you being vulnerable. I really do, because that takes a lot. It takes a lot to speak about grieving, because we all think that, if we grieve, we have to grieve by ourselves, or we have to grieve in silence. So to put it in a poem and then express it and then stand by it and say, yes, this is what it is. This is how I'm feeling. I give you complete support and love on that. That is, thank you. Thank you for your transparency and your vulnerability.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. I forgot what I was gonna say. I had a thought. It was to what you said, but I guess what I really want to say is thank you for allowing me to express that. It's interesting because when my grandmother passed away, his mom, I felt like it was like a generational thing in a way, because I feel like I didn't understand why my dad was always grieving a lot on the anniversary of her death. And then with me, I didn't really get the chance to grieve like that, because by the time it was like his funeral, took him to Puerto Rico and buried him and took him to his resting place, I had to just go back to my life, and that's it. And that really kind of put me in a dark place, and it kind of put my marriage in a dark place too, because he died 3 months after I got married. So, and then my son was born a year, almost to the day that my son was almost to the day that my father passed away. So he's born, my dad died March 8th. My son was born February 19th is when my son was born. So it was kind of like, even though one life left, but another life was born. And that's the way that spoke to me. And I see my son now, and it's just like I see so much in myself through him. I learned so much about myself through my marriage and through my son, that now I understand my father in a bigger scale than I've ever understand. And for me to have gotten his poetry recently on top of what I've already learned about myself, it's just really a blessing in the sky, honestly, because it's just one of those things that I get it now. Like, I was just praying maybe a while back. I said, Lord, I get it. Even though he can't hear me, but just tell my dad I get it now. Like, so yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's important that we get it out. We got to get it out. Like, we have to get it out. People suppress so much every day, and then they blow up, we got to get it out. So thank you for getting it out.
Wait, Miss Crystal, don't you have a book on this topic?
I do. But
I think you should plug yourself. I think you should plug yourself on this, because this pertains to you.
It's just, the book is more about it's just about the preparation for the unexpected. My book is called Final Wishes, A Transition from Life to Death. It's on Amazon, and also have some available. But if you do search it, you have to search it by my name, Crystal Bodie Smith. It's called Final Wishes, and you can just search Final Wishes by Crystal Bodie Smith. It's just another way to prepare individuals for the unexpected, because sometimes people get caught off guard when they don't have the insurances, and they don't prepare and have the conversations with their family about the necessary things on where to find stuff. And it's just I took what I went through, losing my mom, my dad, and my brother, because I've been through hospice 3 times, and then I just took what I went through. I'm not a poet, but I put mine in the book, so thank you so much for that, Lanai. But it's just us all sharing however we can, and caring is what this is all about. And that's why it's all our stories. So thank you so much. And that was very touching, Andy. That was very touching.
Thank you.
Once again, so we're going to make sure that the people know, you also have a link tree, and, you have that, and you talked a little bit about that. And so make sure you go and follow Andy. Go follow him. All right. And we'll bring you back up. Okay. Thank you so much.
All righty. I'm telling y'all, they getting all the soft spots. I told you. Woo!
Every time we bring a group of people, it's like we go in a different direction. That's the amazing thing about how the Spirit is leading you. and the way you put these groups together is just truly amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you, thank you. I'm loving this new assignment Spirit has gave me, so I'm embracing it. It's I love being I always say this word wrong, but I'm gonna go with it. A conduit.
Yes,
Conduit.
yes.
Conduit. Yes. Haha. I've been
So
practicing.
we have what like I know we have the one, the only. She's made up back there, and we ready. I know. I'm gonna let you bring her up. I'm gonna let you do the honor.
The one, the only, gang, what a go on? Just start.
What a go on, popcorn, gang. If you didn't introduce me like that, I wouldn't even be on the show. I'd just be leaving right now. I'd be like, nah, I ain't even doing this.
I freaking love her.
Gang, y'all see some of my people in the building. Salute, big up family.
Yeah. Oh, I love your accent. Oh my God, where exactly are you from?
Bobby, you just can't you tell, man? Sorry, obviously not enough from the UK. Sorry,
Wow.
I'm a clown. I can't help it.
No, Just Start is hilarious, yo. Just Start is hilarious, and she's so quick. She's quick. She's witty. She's clever. Oh my gosh.
I think my sound went out. What did you just say, Lily?
I told y'all.
It's been recorded, yeah? It's been recorded. I was busy. Anyway, you know we're talking, but I was busy because I don't even know about my brother yet. Like, yo, I was busy. Like, yo, do you know about this? Do you know about my brother?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh boy, you getting it out. Yes, I love it.
See, this is what it's about. The supporting of each other in the community.
Now you have a question for her as well. Well, I'm gonna ask you what I asked you about everybody. How did you two meet? On the Insta, or was it, I know maybe not in person, but
it
how
was
did you
either a
come
lucky day or an unlucky for Lanai. I'm not sure. How do you feel? Lucky or unlucky for meeting me? I'm not sure how you feel.
I feel blessed. I
you said the queen wordplay. Love that, yo, gang. Shut up. Don't let that so good. Take that away from me. Put it back on the screen.
I met Just Start through Instagram, and honestly, her like I said, her wittiness, her cleverness, her laughter, her just poetry, her personality definitely took me off my feet. I was like, yeah, this is somebody I can vibe with off screen as well as on screen, and she keeps me laughing all given time, and she's truly a big-hearted person. She loves hard, she helps hard, she supports even harder as well. So I had no other choice but to rock with her. So I was like, yeah, this is it. You got me. So I ain't going nowhere, buddy.
Wow. Well, I know you have that question that you always like to ask them, so I'll let you ask them the question of the night.
Oh, don't put me on I've been on the show for 5 hours. Don't ask me a question, man. Shit.
No. You got all the lipstick on, you all dolled up, you guess. So what would you like the readers to learn about themselves from your poetry?
Yo, well, I don't know if you guys know, I might mention it once or twice. I'm not wearing a normal top. I do what in it yet. Like, I obtra tinny. And Miss Manny Perky, she's doing the same thing. Like, it's very cold up there. It's Miss Manny Perky, yeah. So you guys, you see my artwork as well. I wasn't sure. I've been on 3 shows today, guys. Can I just say, I need the secretary, yeah. I'm featuring on a lot of things. I forget how busy I am. This is my artwork. It's what I do, yeah. It's on my laptop now. It's not, yeah. Anyway, like, I do art in it. What was the question again?
Go ahead, girl. Plug yourself.
You see what I mean? Yes. What do you want them to learn about themselves from your poetry?
I don't know. Whatever. Yo, damn. Like, tell me something. Whatever you learn, let me know. Let me know. Learn something and let me know. Nah, real talk. Like, that's why I don't like giving titles to my pieces, because, like, that ain't, like, probably finished piece. And, like, check the show earlier with AJ. You will see some of my artwork. But, like, real talk, like, I'm a pro artist. Like, people think I shop at the same shop. I'm not wearing a different t-shirt today. Like, I have other clothes. But, like, I don't just shop at the same shop. This is I do art in it and all my clothes, yeah. Like, and, you know what I mean? Like, shit, it's a real thing. I do art in it, you know what I mean? Because I swear sometimes I have to remind people, because they don't believe I do art in it. Like, so, yeah, I'm sorry that all my cups and everything is the same thing, but believe, like, I really do this shit.
Beware. Wow. And she speaks fast, too. She speaks.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you got But once you get used to it, you'll break it down easily.
You'll catch up.
But you'll catch up.
Are you listening too fast, or am I speaking too slow?
But look, I told you she clever. I told you.
Oh,
so we're gonna get into her poem.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
We just gonna get into her poem. Let her have the floor. Just start. You
No,
got it.
I don't know what to read yet. I'm not gonna lie. I never prepare beforehand because I would be fake and I don't like doing that. I just roll with the vibes yet. But then also I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, and it obviously already comes out naturally. So Crystal, am I allowed to swear?
Oh, okay. I thought she was coming up. I was just look. So
sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Like fully like CUNT.
Yes.
You said yes.
You obviously must not have seen that last clip we did. Yes, you can express yourself. You can express yourself. Yes.
I mean, yo, that's what I'm all about. Yo, express yourself.
Yeah, I understand that YouTube is going to have a policy where they're trying to stay away from a lot of profanity and stuff, but you know, it's not like every word or every other word. So yes, if you have a word here, to express yourself, I think you'll be fine. Yes.
I mean, shit. Sorry guys. We're gonna just roll with it in here. I'm gonna come off camera in here because I just feel better about my life. I don't know if you're gonna accept this piece, but here we go, because this is real life and some of the things that have been happening on the screen make me feel like this is a relevant piece and this is my life. So
now we don't see you anymore. You went away. Where
no, I just feel do you need me to step like because I move my hands too much? Like, can I come off camera? It just makes me feel better. You can still hear me, innit?
Yeah, we dedefinitely need to see you while you're doing your poem.
Okay, all right.
We believe you got this. You got this.
All right, we'll compromise. All right. I'm making it smaller so I can see on the side of here. All right. I don't want to see myself, so I'm doing that. Sorry, guys. I know, time is of the essence. I know you probably got better things to do. I mean, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning here. Anyway, all right. Sorry, I told you I'm an ass. Like, take after my dad. Wait till you hear this piece, you'll understand even more. All right. Mr. Magician's sperm donor. Oh, I meant to say dad. I think they call you father. The one that married our mother. Heartbreaker. Smash a little girl's heart to pieces repeatedly, continuously, and over again. One more time just for luck. Fuck it. It's already broken. Show me a man would never ever value me enough to keep his word or stick around, regardless, each and every single day. Christmas Day, birthdays, they're the worst days. Bet you said something different on my first day. Probably some bullshit lies like I'll never forget this day. Protect you until the end of your days, also known as broken promises. 3 kids huddled by the window holding hope, begging for that door to knock. A fortnight, you said. 23 years later and still counting, waiting for you to return. Waiting. Obviously, I gave up that joke a long time ago. Avoid it, like you did when you saw us out in public. Oh yeah, I remember the last line you left me with. I'm sorry that you feel that way. Someone did learn punctuation. Should have dropped a fat full stop after I'm sorry. Stupid of me not to realize you've had it hard lately. Let me rephrase that. Your dad's not been having a great time lately. Of course I'm going to know. All them postcards and phone calls must have got lost in translation, ate by your dog. I'm trying to help you out, give you an excuse, find some reason to excuse you for being such an excuse of a human being. All about your being. Don't know what to tell you, daddy. Sorry, I've forgotten the word, just like you forgot all about us. My life's been fucking fantastic. Every day's so easy, like a stroll in the park. Easy as Sunday morning, even during the evenings. I sleep like a baby. Do you remember your babies, children, the people that look just like you, that you made? Do you remember your namesake? My bad. How could you? You've not had it easy lately. You lost all your money. Millions must be hard to manage if you never once fed your own fucking children. I'm sorry that you feel that way. Can you give a fuck about your son now, please? Maybe you trade places. Be a fucking man for the first time in your life. Actually do something for these humans you made. Life is short, sir. Apparently your feelings matter. I'd rather watch the back of your eyelids for an eternity than witness my brother broken again. Thanks for caring. Apparently I've got daddy issues. It's the lack of daddy issues I've got. A general lack of respect for human beings. Selfish living ain't for me. I don't even hate you like I probably should most definitely do. I pity the fool. You're pitiful. Surprised to even recognize your voice at all. Just like I remember, although I didn't. Just instantly hit me. Sounded familiar, hard to allocate. 5 times in 23 years, like all the times I bumped into you at 16, 20, 24. It's almost like we're linked. Got a connection or something. Oh yeah, just had a flashback from childhood. You seem much taller then. Definitely thought you were stronger, had a fucking backbone. I probably sounded similar, but a lot different. Grown human now. taller than you could ever tippy-toe to. You fucking can't seem to get the words correct. Shit, it's Stuart, innit? Don't know how to spell your name anymore. Must be a silent S or something. Stewie's cunt. I'm sure you spell it wrong. There's a capital C before UNT. I'm only seeing a waste of ink to attempt to complete a word. That for sure. I think loser suits you better. Memories fade me. Imagine if you formed a sentence that gave a fuck about us. Your namesake. Do you remember him? Just look at your post. Can you not read his name on every single envelope? The name will ring a bell. Like the postman reminded you constantly. Recognize the face in the mirror? Of course not. You don't give a shit about yourself, so how could you care about anyone else or that your son came back to life? You've not had it easy lately. How fucking selfish of me to ask you to give a shit. You absolute waste of skin. Imagine, we are related. No wonder why I'm so fucked up. Not like I've been able to say, I've not been having a great time lately. What a fucking luxury. That sounds so beautiful. I can't even imagine it being so easy. My life is just paradise. I literally float because walking is too easy. I have it all. If you even asked half a question, you might know. You fucking loser. So lost in yourself, you didn't realize you won when you made us. Threw away what you created like a useless receipt. Never once checked on. Bet if you could get a refund, you'd look again. Remember the numbers to fill your nose when you've ever once filled your baby's bellies. The one that hated even smoking turned into a Guinness World Record hypocrite. I can't even pay you to lie. I fed your nose, but you can't ask me half a fucking question. Can I buy you a conscience? Maybe the devil's down just fucked you up. Silence is a block. No wonder you can't use your brain. Be a person. A man is something you could never ever meet. Lil Jussie nearly believed you. Got lost in that moment, thinking you almost give a fuck about us. Such a loser. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. At least know why I'm such a fuck up. Didn't know we were so similar.
Oh my gosh.
I keep it real.
Oh, wait, you're on mute, Crystal. You're on mute.
So much passion. Wow.
Yeah, I keep it real. Thank you. Like, thanks. Wow. I didn't know my dad was such a loser till the other day, so it's real talk.
So let me ask you a question. Me being new to you and never heard you before, how long you been doing poetry?
How long are you gonna nail it? Not that long, really. I do art in it. Did I mention I do art in it? Nah, but like real talk, I've done poetry before, but I never would share it. Was always kind of shy and embarrassed, sort of thing. But only say the past couple of years I've been doing poetry,
So you kept a lot inside, and when you started writing, it just all came out. That's what I'm hearing. Wow, that's powerful. And see, that's what I mean when I said, Lanai, people that don't write, they just feel and they go through all these emotions. And so when I hear her poetry, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing she's letting it all out. And it's like, look out, here I come.
Amazing. Thank you for letting me.
Wow. Will literally write a poem. She will perform a poem with so much emotion. She will literally rip you up and then sit there and talk like, look, give you the whole, she'll rip you up with the lesson and then give you the solution at the end. Like, all right, stop being an asshole. And maybe we'll get along.
That sounds like grandma. That makes me happy. I feel like grandma. I miss my grandma so much lately. Everything going on, that makes me so happy. I feel like that's grandma because that's all I need. My grandma give me one lyric and everything makes sense. I'm just like I miss her so much. So that's beautiful.
Wow. Well, I know the second one's gonna be something. So, oh my goodness, everybody got a second piece. So, wow, we're gonna catch you when you come back up here, young lady. Wow. Thank you. Wow. I see why she asked the question.
Yes.
She asked the question. She was loaded.
Yes. Locked and loaded.
Wow. But so full of like you said, problems, encounters, and solutions, so that's it. So wow, round one. Oh my goodness. So everybody else has a second one. We're gonna move it a little quicker. We're gonna do less talking. We're gonna come up here and do their poem because we want to get that cipher in the end. So this time we're going to ask each person to just come up, go straight into their poem, and we're going to bring them up, and we're going to let this thing roll because I want to respect everybody's time because, time is of the essence. And so who you got coming up first?
All right, we're going to mix it up. We ain't going to go in the same order. So all poets backstage, if you can hear this, what we're going to, like Miss Crystal said, when you come up, go straight into your poem. We already did the introduction part, and we already warmed up from y'all, so we're going to bring up Angela Murray.
I knew I was going to be called first because you saw me backstage going, all right, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. So I honestly hate how we don't communicate in charismatic caricatures, cartoons as if in Moldova or Spain, someplace far out of this town nonsense. I honestly hate how we don't distract each other anymore and how it felt to just briefly laugh out loud, chuckling, snort and sorting, shifting after getting the belt, or rather the crown, pause to absorb in any opportunistic victory lap snaps. In that instantaneous, rather wished upon retrospective recollection to have died right there, not have to pretend to forget anymore. How for a moment, how you felt, us fused into all of the nooks and crannies. I honestly hate how we don't depend on our false hopes, the length of your arms and what was found written there, as if it never got to get to the start. As if you were mine, if left time alone, allowing it to naturally brew coffee house percolation, as if that is what you actually think. Give me cursed sheltering, set off steady, the core sheltering, and these missing something more like what was interconnected, beyond comprehension of, oh, what could be digested, defined, dimensional destinations of yes, what was unblocked, spontaneous fuck. Only friendships. I honestly hate how there's no hard feelings. Angela Murray at Let the Thoughts Out.
Woo-wee. I hate that we don't distract each other no more. I felt that in my core. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. And in relationships and situationships and any ship that we have, whether it's a work, personal, whatever, everybody gets distracted. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Man, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We'll be
we just gonna be locking them out. Oh my gosh, y'all definitely shoot. We just gonna keep shooting them out. Y'all, that was Angela. Make sure y'all are following her. Shout out to everybody that's still here. Make sure you are share as much as you can. We're gonna go to the next one. Let's see. Let's go to Rainier. Rainier. Pull him up, pull him up, pull him up.
Howdy. This piece is The Ronin. It sort of narrates my journey as I was riding with the wind. The Ronin. Bags on his back. 2 wheels start rolling. He takes to the road. A destiny to who knows where. The highway leads him over the hills. The town, unaware he is gone. Silent tears soil the ground, but he does not look back. Yesterday is off the past. Tomorrow is just a night away. Is the road right or wrong? It matters to him not. Alone he must walk, a ronin on the loose. Follow his way, a way of life, a path of choice. The land of the golden sun and the wild blue sea he leaves behind, walking along dust-filled streets of a mining town. He explores the elements dug from the ground, akin to his body made of the earth. Alone he seems to be, except to those who can see beyond. Clothed in a simple man's robes, a warrior of the past stands tall. By the side of the masterless warrior he walks, never saying too much. Together they walk to where the next lesson awaits. The lessons are many, taught from the life that surround him. The tools of the many, the ronin learns to use. The way of the sword, the way of the flower, ultimately the same once their paths are learned. The yin and the yang must be the same, a state of perfect balance. As an atom in our creation needs a balance to exist, the ronin must find balance in all facets of life. For as the atom can create, it can destroy life through nuclear fission. Thus, the Ronin plays his role in each unique encounter. The stage perfectly created in synchronicity by the Logos, guided to the place in time by his dear friend and helper. The Ronin is there to learn his lessons, play his simple role. Protected by the love of his silent and wise old friend, together they roam the hills of this land, joined by a bond unseen, a bond made in the heavens, they each will not break. Friends of new the Ronin meets, each so unique. Friends of the past the Ronin happens to meet, each grown in their separate ways, following paths of their own. Like the branches grow from the trunk of the old oak tree, each so different but still linked to the source. Some are built of might, others are of simplicity, each driven by their different desires, some by grandeur, some by the power of love. Some stand closely knit, whilst others stand alone. Together they stand to complete the whole. The Ronin sees all, learning the parts of each. He walks the vast lands, the lands of his home, all for the sole reason to unburden his roaming soul. That's a piece.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I
Wow.
read one
I
of the
know.
comments, and Jay to the baby said, "This makes me close my eyes and imagine this story." This is what I be telling y'all. I'm telling you, his storytelling. He will
Uh,
literally you. It's not just words. It's not just words with Rainier. It's not just putting certain things that sound good together. It's literally he's telling you a story. He's telling you his experience. He's telling you his perspective, and he's also telling you the reactions from his perspective, the solution he found from his perspective, and even the hurtful things that he had to go through his life. Like, outstanding,
yeah,
outstanding.
and somebody said I just need a meditation tape by him. Like I just need something to listen to. Wow. I can't it's the comments are coming in so much I can't even get to them all. I'm like, man. Just God said he has your books because I asked, man, like who I know your books are something like, oh my God,
I
thank you,
gotta get your
thank you,
books.
thank you, thank you
I
so much.
got you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
How
ladies.
can they get your books? We're gonna make sure to put it in the comments so I can put it up there. Okay. Appreciate you. We'll get you back when we do the cipher. Okay. Wow. Wow.
Oh, next up we got Miss Rosie Rika.
You're muted. You're muted, young lady. You're muted.
I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you for that. This one I called it Superstar. In the limelight of a thousand suns, you stand, an untouchable dream wrapped in a silver screen splendor. My heart, a paper plane tossed into the cosmic gust of your fame. Each beat a fluttering testament to a longing expansive as a star-sprinkled void. You emerge on my screen, a silhouette carved from golden hour sunsets. As I trace the contours of your laughter and the echo of your tears, and tales spun from the threads of your craft, you become a lighthouse, piercing the foggy shroud of my solitude. The confounding paradox of our existence. You, living beneath the spotlights of a world stage, I, a humble devotee in the anatomy of the crowd. We orbit different suns, yet somehow you've become my North Star. Love, a peculiar sentiment in this strange dynamic, not for the superstar, the persona, but the person underneath. Yet I only know the character, the image, the spectacle. A mosaic of moments curated for public view. As I pen this humble verse, a silent song for you. A plea rings through the corridors of my heart. May you find happiness beyond the glare of adoration, in the quiet corners where fame echoes fall silent. My love is a curious creature, resilient, reverent, distant, dwelling in the realm of unspoken dreams and fading echoes.
and yet it remains a songbird perched on the high wire of the impossible, singing to the silent a melody destined for the stars you call home. And that's my piece.
Ooh, my love is a curious creature. Oh my gosh. I feel like we're mystical friends. Like, I honestly, how you do your
Oh,
poetry, I feel like we're mystical spirits. That's
I love
why. That is
that.
why.
I
Oh,
finished your book yesterday and whew, wow. I get that you have a lot of great one-liners. You have so many that just like
oh,
pierced me, but like in a good way, in such a good way.
oh
Oh
my gosh.
man.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna work on something. We're gonna work on something.
Okay,
Hmm. I see it. I sees it.
I could do that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Miss Crystal, how you feel?
I'm good, man. That I saw a different person that time than the first person. Like the
Ooh.
first person, the first piece, we didn't get to really hear you and really get to feel you. But on that one, I said, okay, now she's evolving. So you wrote that one a little bit later, and that one you weren't afraid. You kind of let it out. So keep doing what you're doing. I can see
Oh,
if you
thank
keep
you.
being around these poets and listening to them and watching them and reading their books and seeing what they're sharing. You're on your way, sister. You're there already. You have your own style, and the best is yet to come. And I'll put up here what some of the people are saying. You know, Angela said Rosie's writing is so incredibly
Oh, so
intricate,
sweet.
complex. You know, so that's good.
Ooh.
So yeah, let her know what y'all think, because y'all been doing this longer than her. She's new. She's
Ah,
new.
So new.
Okay, you see, just I said very talented. You know, and so yeah, it's
V
definitely
Strike said
something y'all
mosaic of moments.
collaborate. You know. Definitely. So we're gonna get the next person up. Thank you so much. We'll bring you back for the
Thank
cipher. I can't wait to
you.
see
Yes,
how she
yes.
does the cipher.
Yay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's bring up the Andy Morales. Yes.
Oh, whoops. Hold on. Ah, here we go. All right. So the title of this piece is exactly what it is. I'm very transparent. So here it is. It's called I've Committed a Sin. And it goes like this. I go to sleep knowing I've committed a sin. There's this empty feeling. I feel void. It's that thirsty kind of feeling. It's like I haven't drank water all day. I'm out of breath. I sense stillness. This particular moment is on pause. The picture I look at, it's a bit unclear. It's like when you press pause on a VCR and see static. I am weak. I am tired. I am hungry. I am angry. I am trapped. I feel trapped. I'm just here. I'm at a standstill. My body is freezing. It's a shaky feeling, the kind of feeling like when you get a fever. This particular moment is at a pause. I know I just did something wrong. And that's when the guilt kicks in, that voice in my head, causing me to drive myself insane, overthinking. My eyes are about to shut as if I'm falling asleep. There's that weakness again as my stomach is turning. Dealing with hunger, my legs are worn out. I am exhausted. I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open. I know what happens every time I commit a sin, so why do I keep doing this when I know what's going to happen next? I realize that these sins are not the problem. The roots of my sins are the problem. So what am I waiting for? I know the answer. I know the result. That's the part that scares me, which is why I have no peace in my heart. My mind wanders in ways I don't understand. I feel dirty. I feel disgusting. My body is tired as it shakes. My mind is awake, so I can't even have rest. I can't fall asleep, so I'm at standby, waiting for I don't know what. I know what I have to do. I know what I need to do, but I don't do it. I dwell myself to sleep. I feel nothing the next day I move. I keep thinking about it. I move. I still move. I'm fighting. I still move. I have anxiety. I'm still moving. I move. And that's that piece.
My gosh, how you break down a breakdown. Oh my gosh, that's literally like the thoughts and the process and the feelings that you go through before that last straw on the camel's back hits. Like, wow.
Yeah.
That's that stuff that church don't talk about, pretty much, is what it comes
Say
down to.
it again for the people in the back. Say it again for the people in the back.
Church does not talk about
I
this.
can't wait to hear how they gonna do with this, man. Okay, we're gonna go.
Woo!
Thank you. Oh my goodness. But Andy,
now we got the best. Say the best for last. Say the best for last of these punches that's been coming in. We got Just Star Misdemeanor, and then we gonna get into the cipher. Y'all got me excited. I'm ready. So the crowd, I need y'all to be ready, because once the cipher starts, I'm gonna need y'all when it's prompted. Y'all gonna be we're gonna select 3 to 4 words that we're gonna get from y'all to do the cipher. It's gonna be a freestyle amongst all the poets. I'm gonna even tag in and get in there a little bit, participate. But yeah, get ready. Just start.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Get ready.
I'm ready.
Like my name Eddie.
Because I'm gonna tell you, if y'all didn't, go back on my page and see the one from the last one, the cipher. Woo! So get ready, because that's gonna be the culmination of the night. All right, but we'll let you go ahead, just start right now. We'll let you go right on in.
I'm gonna read this piece. All right. Oh, I'm scared now for this cipher. And he's gonna beat me up. All right. All I really want is to be happy. If you looked into my life and see what I've seen, like Mary, these scars I can't even tell you about. Clear to see, mark me differently. Unread pages trapped behind the cover, you so clearly judge me with, labeling me as in the wrong category. We don't recognize your genre here. Unnumbered, abandoned, forgotten, dropped in the unwanted section. Lost stories. Fuck these chapters, lyrics you'll never read. No cap, see my pen. You can't touch my poetry, even if I wrote down every word in block capitals and a piece of laminated paper enveloped you with this bleeding ink, stamped in your face. First class, you'd miss the message clearly. Today's news is tomorrow's background framing for cat litter. No time for pussy hoes. Move that shit from me. Pure mongrels. Don't want no issues, but I'm the shit. Grab the tissues, you wet wipes. Barely a sound or noise to me. Silent farts. Too quick for you. Shredding up this shit like tissue and you wipe it fast. No biggie. You mean nothing to me. Scrap that. I'm bullshitting like you. That's pure shit, because that means something. You mean nothing. Like a bad smell. Flushed you. Refused to look down there again. Spent so long hanging my head low. Started to look down at myself. Reevaluating them reflections in the puddles. Valuing all the little things. Every drop eventually equals an ocean. Throwing pebbles, ripples, making waves. Rebirthing this queen. Blessed from the beginning. You're witnessing my funeral. Reincarnate to my better self. Welcome to my Earth Day. Baptism of believing, wearing my halo correctly, carrying the weight this crown carries, accepting my power. So used to being let down, I stay standing. Can't remember how many times slips my mind. I've been promised I will never forget you was. None of them think of me, remember me. Can't break me though, beat me, knock me down. My mum hit me harder than that before I knew how it felt to fall, so getting back up was a natural reaction. Before I was old enough to spill innocence or understand its existence or meaning to vocabulary, I learned how to feel it, to have it taken. My words were muted, silenced, lost, childhood. Doesn't quite find the correct expression. Looking for the words, searching how to tell you. Stolen, stripped, fucked up. There it is, laid bare, exposed to shit you would save your worst enemy from. Lone soldier, all alone out here. It's lonely, and I'm used to being alone. Fighting from day one, taking shots, lost count, dying, trying to live. Let's just call it 50. 35 years on this roller coaster got me spinning, dizzy. Didn't even buy a ticket. Lost my stomach on the last drop. Can't keep up. Funny how the slow ones know how to run their mouths. Stop trying. If you're always watching me, you must be behind me and I ain't looking back. Stop trying to run. You can't keep up. If you think I'm sweating you, you must be a drip. Luckily, I ain't trying to beat you. The old me, you never knew, would act differently. Step to me, you believe in limping after I laid you flat on your back, especially if you think the other chromosome is going to make you taller than me and intimidate me. Why? Sit back in your seat. I stand strong. Please don't try to test me. I'll teach you a lesson for your own protection. Study what I'm saying. I've experienced life already. Every day's a learning day. In lesson, I'm not stupid. Stop acting like a bitch, because I'll take your chick too. Realizing my potential, taking action, affirm manifestations to block out the noises that haunt, repeating all the bad things that haunt me. Brainwashed to believe I was ugly. That duckling rejected. Finally learned to stop beating me. The world's already against me. About time I changed teams. See, this one won the race already against millions before the planet could duck me, just to be counted. So don't underestimate what's undertaking what you can't see. Just see her already. She winning, battling to make you see her differently, help you see life more beautifully, light the path, holding the torch for everyone stuck in the dark. Them crevices where there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Previously unequipped for this war, but I've won so many battles. I'm equipped to hold your hand now. We shining. Let's brighten up the world for the rest. No one's being left behind on my watch. No matter how long it takes, the loyalist on your team, ride or die. What do you need? Damn. Why can't I say these things to her? She's so broken, fucked from the beginning, used and abused daily, always putting others first. No wonder she always comes last. Forgot about herself. I don't even know who you're talking about. Learning to love this stranger. Sorry, you don't see me. Miss me again. Blind to what's right in front of you, always left behind. I'm not looking back anymore. Refuse to be invisible, unseen, ignored. Children should be seen and not heard. Just try to shut me up now. Refuse to be silenced ever again. Expressing through every media, painting words, my brush from I can't speak. Outlining the situation in drawings because I can't picture it. I do what in it. Screaming facts on repeat. Still muted. Selective hearing, ears matching eyes that don't see me. Not my fault. Your eyes are misleading. Need testing. Get them checked. This is a sight to be seen. No longer watching the ones that don't look at me. Recognize another human being caring to you, being humane. Just start come naturally to me. Learning the world mixes paints differently. My palette always a space to reserve for observing the scene. Seeing everybody, always, eyes open. Even when I'm tired, resting the back of my eyelids, black and grey rainbows are bright and monochrome. You'll probably see me when your eyes are mimicking dollar bill signs, expecting me to still recognize you. You're looking at me differently. Now I'm blinded by the reflection in the mirror, the one you've never seen, the one that matters. And I've decided to put her first for a change. Don't give me that look. Drop the volume from your expression. You ain't even sitting on my bench, let alone making the team. You ain't even sitting on my bench, let alone making the team. Sorry. Hope you hear that loud and clear. Active listening, reserved for those deserving of me hearing. Time is precious, saving it, no longer throwing it away and time wasters. Bring your rubbish sentiments, pure garbage, trash that junk shit, non-recyclable. Save your scraps, no longer accepting crumbs. Hosting my own table, everybody at eye level, eating big. Love-filled plates, I learned from the best. Morals and recipes engulf me. Filling up on love and blessings, even when I settle for a small plate. Priceless, feeling filled, learning the value of my gifts, inheriting and received from my G and GOD. Already got the winning ticket, lost in the confusion, nearly missing. I'm already a treasure, valued, in fact, invaluable, collectible, prized possession. I'm rare. Trust, you just start explore the universe. You'll never discover another just star. So I'm starting to see my interest increasing, seeing myself value the highest, so everyone can start seeing my worth. And I'm accepting that I amount to everything. I'm worthy of it all. King of this kingdom. Don't be mad because I'm a woman, a rich bitch. Don't underestimate me because you'll be left filing for bankruptcy. Sorry, I messed up a little bit at the end, but yo.
What? You'll be filing for bankruptcy. That chromosome line. That chromosome line. She said, why?
Oh, no, why? Why? Yo, know what? Yo, I'm glad you heard that, Bridget.
Wow.
I was like, yo, yes. I told you, just start me ripping them. Ripping them.
Back in the day, it would be like fist of jaw motions. You get me? Like, without even thinking about it. Yo.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Let's give a round of applause to everybody that came up today. All of our features. Round of applause. Y'all did it. Y'all did it. Oh, my goodness.
I got everybody up here. Man. Oh, my God. Like I said, the way you put these teams of poets together, it's absolutely amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Now we're going to go straight into this cipher because we want to time we're going into that 2-hour mark. And y'all come here and being here. Make sure you subscribe to each and every one of these poets that you've seen tonight. And make sure you get with Lanai if you're interested in being on our next one next month. We do this once a month. Okay. Make sure you get with us, please. All right. So this is what we need. Tell them what we need for the cipher. What you want the people to do in the audience, because this is where they get to participate.
All right. So this is where you guys need to have fun. You guys, basically, I need 3 to 4 words. The first 3 to 4 words that I see on the screen that we're going to use to freestyle. First 3 to 4 words. So let's see. And shout out to everybody coming in. We got Denise Washington here. We got Tierra Nicole. We got V Sykes, Deep Thought the lyricist. Let's see. Heather Diva still here. Eddie Morris. Let's see. April sunshine. We got okay. So the words are coming in. JC, hey JC. We got captivate, light.
Light. They got 2 words. Captivate, light.
Yep. Let me get 1 to 2 more words, y'all. Captivate and light, which is very, very good. I like that. Y'all excited? I need y'all poets to be ready to freestyle. I can't wait to see this.
Captivate, light, and we need a 3rd word. A 3rd word. 1 more word, y'all. 1 more word.
Hey, Ocean Rain.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow.
Let's see. Captivate, light. Okay. We'll do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna try something different. Ocean's Rain. So captivate, light. Okay, I like this one. Captivate, light, ocean rain, and consistency. Captivate, light, ocean rain, and consistency. Now, what you're gonna do is do up to at least 3 lines. 3 lines. Now, if you're feeling it, you're feeling it.
The first 2 words. I can't remember that much information at once. I do what in it? Bloody hell.
Captivate, light, ocean rain, and consistency.
Now tell them the order that you want them to come up, because once we start, then you just flow. We're gonna just put the camera on you, and it's gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. You're gonna kind of.
I want to do.
In it freestyle. Why people got pens in the hands? In it meant to be like raw freestyle now.
I want to do Rose. Say what'd you say again? Say it again, just start.
Yo, sorry. I see people pens in the hands. I thought it was meant to be raw freestyle thing, no? You look cheating. You look cheating. I can see you talking. I just meant to be.
Wait. So we have to just come. Wait, we gotta come up on the fly.
On the fly, my brother. On the fly, my brother.
I thought. So look. Let's just get this going. Let's get this going.
Yes. So matter of fact, Angela, since you ready, you're gonna kick this off. It's gonna go Angela. That's what I'm talking about. Angela, that's what I'm talking about. We're gonna go Angela, and then we're gonna go Rainier, then Andy, Rosie, Just Star. So it's gonna be Angela, Rainier, Rosie, Andy, Just Star. Crystal, you got that?
Angela, Rosie, yeah.
It's gonna be Angela, Rainier.
Okay.
I threw him onto the bus hard. Sorry, guys.
Rosie, then Andy, and then Just Star.
And then you.
Oh yeah. I've been trying to get out of it, yo. I've been trying. All right, y'all ready? Okay. Y'all ready? So let it flow. Have fun with it, and just go with it. Just go with it. Remember these words. They're in the comments too. If you ever just need to look at it real quick. But have fun with it.
Are they spinning off of the previous poet? Right? They're spinning off from the previous poet.
You're gonna spin off the previous poet.
The names are there, so you see where you are. And oh boy, let's do
One last question. Does it matter if you use the words or not? Like, you want to use the words? I can use.
Why are you trying to buy
you want to use those words? Okay, you want to use those words? Got it. All righty. So let's kick this off. Let's go. Have fun with it. Let's go.
Tick, tick, tock. It's the consistency of this clock as it captivates the ocean rain as I look toward the light.
Dang.
Yes. All right. Rainier, you are up next.
Walking on a lonely beach, gazing over the horizons, I watch the ocean's rain. My thoughts on your eternal light captivate my soul, a consistency that never fails.
Oh my God.
Wow. I'm nervous. You guys are so good on the spot. Okay. Your light is bright. You captivate me in the night. This is tough.
No pressure, Rosie. Come on, you got this captivating, glowing. Rosie's flowing.
Thank you.
There you go, Sister Queen.
Captivate. You initiate. Oh, this is difficult. Initiate by soul's desire. Yet again, captivate as we sit
don't know. Oh my gosh, I can't even do ocean rain.
Does it have to be together?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to bow out because this is so tough.
You already done so. Yeah, about that. Don't worry, man. Like, it's no pressure. We all feel the same way. Take your time.
Ooh. I did light, captivate. What are the other words? We have the ocean rain, and then we have consistency.
Mm.
Ooh, child. Okay. As I look at the ocean rain, I feel it washing away my pain, constantly moving, constantly growing. The consistency of the universe. I mean, you saw the words. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating.
Oh, that's me. I don't know what to say neither. Don't worry. Miss Rosie was worried about flowing and just doesn't know what to say either. Captivating, radiating, just reflecting. Go, sister queen. We out here doing poetry, innit? I do what? Oh shit. Consistently, like the waves flowing. We be out here, pebbles, ripples, splashing, making movements. No. Try to do ocean rains, but in there, I can't remember the other words that we had. See, it's the same for all of us.
All right, so we got Andy, and then it's gonna be me, Crystal.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying here. Okay. I'm consistently it's consistency, right? Does it have to be the actual word consistency, not consistency? I might okay. Oh my god, I hate being put on the spot. Okay. My light comes from the Lord as the ocean rains. Consistency is here as my soul stares at the ocean rain. I don't know. Is that way? Did I use all 4 words?
Yep.
Wait, I did or I didn't? I'm not sure. That's all I got. Yeah, I thought I said did I not say?
So yeah, I think you did. I think it's light, consistency, oceans, rain, and I think that was the words, right?
Captivate.
Captivate. Okay, so and this is the fun part about it. So, all right. Her light is a consistency that I try to make sure beams in my eyes. As her oceans rain down on me, I thank God that she has blessed me with eternity and I can't stop drinking her. She captivates me into being with her. She captivates me into learning her. I am in school and session has been forever. I need to know her. I need to feel her. I need to know all her endeavors because when I get to breathe her, my lungs are full. She is not a tool. She is everything that I've prayed for. God, thank you because you knew what I didn't know back then. And I'm here now knowing that I am her friend. God, please, thank you. But please don't take her away again.
Wow.
I don't like you anymore.
Oh my god. That was wow.
What?
That's kind of drastic. That's kind of drastic.
Wow. Who am I missing?
Don't talk to her. She's not here anymore. Don't talk to her. We don't like that anymore.
Oh my god. You on your own with that one, sister.
You know, that's my sister too, man. That's my homie.
I love everybody here.
This is where Lanai brings us up, builds us up, and then slams us down with that free stuff.
Bro, come on now, yo. Come on, Jesus.
So, Star, I immediately regret going first now. Like, now I actually understand what we're doing.
I should have helped no one else out. I give all my lyrics
as quickly as possible. You want to have a little finesse with it. You want to have a little fun with it.
Out,
I'm just like, TikTok, captivate lights, ocean rain, and got it. consistency. That's right. Consistency.
That's why she
chaos,
went. She cheated. Nah, she cheated, man. She had that pre.
Cheated.
No.
Actually,
I
no.
know.
Actually,
I know.
Lanai, I'm actually gonna call bullshit on Rainier. I think Rainier cheated. I think he had that written down. He had that written down.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Yo, you lost all your hair.
so
You keep
smooth.
lying. Look, you got no hair left on your head. You keep lying. Stop it.
Look,
I love you.
look, I am.
I didn't have this piece already written for us with a captivating, delightful audience as the ocean rained down on Rainer's book. It was beautiful, and get it on Amazon.
Wow, that's funny.
That's consistent with the theme.
Honestly, I did not have it written down. How could I? The words only were just given. But
I believe you. I believe
you,
you,
He's
Rainier.
like
I
2 days
believe
ahead
you.
of us, so he's already seen what's going to happen. He's already got it. You know, what's the lottery
just to
number?
be clear,
What's the
just to
lottery
be
number?
clear, it is my work day, and I'm while listening and reciting poems. I'm
Stop the
actually
job. This is
working.
more important. I told you that before.
Unfortunately, it pays the bills. All right.
Yes. See, that's the
Listen, I'm
beauty
gonna
of
tell
what
you-
we do here. This is the beauty, and I thank y'all so much, and thank y'all in the comments because I'm learning myself to freestyle. So it's all about just the creativity, the flow. Just let it do it sometimes if you're talking to somebody, if you want to practice. That's what I do. Like I'm having a conversation with somebody, and this is how I would say these words to this person. So it's all an experience, and that's what I want to show the crowd as well when we do these ciphers, the creativity, the things we have to go through to produce these poems, to produce these feelings that sometimes we don't even know what we're saying at first, or we don't know how we want to go, but we just flow with it to where it makes its own picture. So this is the best part about it. And then you get to see everybody how their brains tick, how their pens flow. It's all about creativity and having fun. Have fun with it, because once you lose the fun, you lose it.
Yes,
Lanai,
yes,
I
yes.
couldn't freestyle to save my life. But you and Stephanie
You
Jackson,
did better than
you and
me,
Gemini
Rainier.
He
Fox
just
Poetry
did.
blow me away.
I was about to
That's
say,
right.
Better than I did.
Yeah.
MC
Easy.
Rainier in the building.
Rainier
No,
freestyle.
Rainier be
Rainier.
freestyling. Don't let him
I
fool you.
wouldn't call.
Rainier be
I would not
freestyling. When
call
he
what I.
talks,
Pants is
he
burning.
freestyles. He does. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
When you, matter of fact, this is a
I love
plug.
it.
If you're able to go back to Unraveled Influence and go check out his interviews with them, go check out his interview with Val. Rainier be freestyling when he talks, and he's in his passion, and he's talking about why he does what he does. He's freestyling right there. I'm telling you. Listen to him. He don't give himself enough credit. Put it that way.
You
Okay.
got
Yeah.
something
Okay.
else earlier that someone was saying about your voice as well, Rainier. Your voice is really. I hate your voice. It's horrible.
I have a question for you,
It's that
Rainier.
it's that sexiness, it's that sexiness.
Wow.
You should do an
but
auto
really,
book for your books.
really, I would not call what I just read a poem. I just had 4 words and I don't know, put that there. I wouldn't call it a poem. And Lanai, yes, I can speak on subjects, but I wouldn't consider it poetry. But you and Stephanie Jackson blows me away. Like she just can freestyle such powerful pieces that and put together in a nice way. So yes, I can narrate, but I don't. Maybe it's prose, but I wouldn't consider it a poem.
I'll be some modest. Let me pick up my brother there. Come
on. Okay, listen, check it out. If y'all look at in the chat, some of the poets in the room are doing it as well. You see,
yes,
I love that.
I want to be captivated by my light as my ocean rain downs on you like SWV. Drink me so you are no longer thirsty. Okay.
I got the SWV reference on top of that.
Tiara.
I know where she's going with
Listen,
that.
so listen, guys, as we bring this to a close, I want to thank y'all so much. We are right at the 2-hour mark. I mean, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. We most definitely did enjoy this immensely. Such talent, such creativity, such diversity, and such unity, and that's what I love about it. And like I put up there, this is all about human beings connecting through life experiences. That's what we did here, and embracing the culture of the unspoken word. So we thank you for that. I just want to allow each one of you to give us a 1-sentence closing so we can close this out and respect everybody's time. In 1 sentence, your summation of tonight, and in the order that we are, so we can go with Just Star, then we go to Raina, Angela, Rosie, and Andy. Is somebody missing? We don't have nobody missing. And then Lanai, I'll let you make your closing comments. If one sentence on your summation of it all. Those in the comments to you too. Thank you so much. If you want to put in your comments or anything. This young lady said, I've been watching the whole show, just being quiet to respect everyone, but want to say it's been incredible. Thank you for all you do to build this community and create these places for open mic. V Sykes says, amazing show, y'all. And so your poetry lovers love you. They're putting comments in there, and you'll be able to come back and see the comments because I know you couldn't see them while you were doing it. But when we put this up, you can go back and just watch the whole show. So one sentence in closing so we can get out of here. And I thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, if you're here, subscribe to everybody's platform. Follow everybody in here. Support everybody in here. Encourage everybody in here. And salute to all of you. Once again, I'm Crystal Bodie Smith. And I thank y'all for allowing me to even do this and provide this platform along with Lanai. So I'll turn it over to you, Justin.
How long do I say this? I'm joking. I do what in it. Justin, misdemeanor. Big love. Thank you for letting me speak, representing. No, I'm not the weather lady. Big love.
I'd just like to extend my heartfelt thanks to you, Crystal and Lanai, for organizing this and for all your tireless efforts behind in bringing this together. And extend the pleasure of sharing the screen with Justa, Angela, Rosie, and Andy. It's a great thing. And most of all, and last but not least, I really like to extend my thanks to the people in the audience with your beautiful comments. Without your comments, it just wouldn't be the same. Thank you.
Raynard, I don't know if I can follow that. Here's what I'd say. I would say best friends in humanity through poetry is the vibe that we are starting right now, and it's the wavelength. And I've been communicating with almost everybody on the screen for a long time, and this is just another piece of what we do. Popping into the lives, and I will be brief, but popping into the lives, I've actually been able to get stuff that I use in my real life. I met a gentleman by the name of Gabriel Ratcliffe, who wrote a poem about science, and utilized so many biology terminology that I begged him for a copy of it. He gave me this poem, and I'm going to share his poem with my students when we do this unit. And then I get to show them who this person is. And then it's a whole incredible, wow, literacy, feelings, humanity. I do this because this is why I'm here. And Andy pulled me into this. Thank you, Andy. I couldn't do it without everybody, and I thank everybody for this. I'm trying to improve my craft at the same time.
Yes.
Rosie.
Well, I just feel extremely charged. I am very charged energetically, and I want to thank all of you guys so much for being vulnerable and transparent with me and for all your encouragement. This is actually so beautiful, so nice. I feel like, the stars are good and they're aligning, and I feel like this is what I gotta be doing. And I really appreciate every single one of you guys so much. So thank you.
Oh, I just want to say thank you.
Andy, my mic was. I was going to say before you go, make sure you plug our show because I totally forgot.
Follow us at
Andy. Sorry, I just said Andy.
Don't worry, the plug is in there. The plug has been just doing a conclusion.
It's been such an incredible blessing and a party that happens every week, and the audience grows.
See what I go through?
Rainier introduced me to these guys, and they're a blessing. I even won a prize for them. So join the show. It is Unraveled Influence. I survive. I promise you.
Yes, and you can check us out on Spotify too. I forgot to mention that, but whatever, and whatever podcasts available. But anyway, my final words is be true to yourself, be transparent, and if people are comfortable with you, then that means they weren't supposed to be around you. The people who are comfortable with you and are supposed to be around you are the ones that are going to be around you. So pretty much when the dust settles, you know who the real people are. And that's my final thoughts.
And Lanai.
So, and if you know me, then you already know what I'm about to say. You are the only you that there is. Be the best you possible. Love yourself. Laugh with yourself. Live with yourself. Have fun with yourself. This life is your journey. Take a hold of it and have fun.
Wow. Thank you so much, everybody. We want
Beautiful.
everybody to have an amazing night. Good night to you all. Thank you so much for being a part of this. You've been a part of Storytime. Come back, check us out. We're here on Storytime on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern. And this is where you get to share your story. If you ever want to come back and tell the people your whole story, then feel free. I want to say good night. God bless you. My mission as a Hope Catalyst is to stir up the gift, instill hope, and save lives. And I sincerely hope that somebody got something out of here tonight that will contribute and help you to stay alive. So keep hope alive. On that note, we're going to say good night. And thank you for being a part of this event with Lanai and I, where we are embracing the culture of the unspoken word. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Yes. Good
Bless
night.